Breaking news, I'm here to inform you that the one and the only Tanya, Reptile, and Smoke will be, of course, in Mortal Kombat 1. Now, that's a no-brainer, but you're probably wondering in what capacity. Now, I'm told that Tanya will be in Mortal Kombat 1 as a cameo character, but for those of you that are fully outraged by her being a cameo character, please keep in mind that once a character becomes a cameo, it is not official that they will never make the roster. There is no rule set against that. As I mentioned in a previous video, the cameo section is basically a waiting room to see how people react to these characters before NRS invests a ton of money of making them a DLC character, is what I'm saying. Now, of course, Reptile will definitely be main roster as well as Smoke, but they are also in the cameo category, meaning that these cameos will rotate, is what I'm hearing. How that's going to work, I need to get more details on that, but it will be rotating. But nonetheless, Tanya, Reptile, and Smoke are in the game. I think us using our common sense, it will instantly tell us that Reptile will be a playable character on the roster as well as Smoke. Not putting these two ninjas on the roster is an injustice, no point intended. So remember, they're doing a full reboot at this point, so if they're doing a full reboot and we're going off Mortal Kombat 1 or the old days, then of course you're going to need Reptile and you're going to need Smoke to be on that roster in some way, shape, form, or compatibility. Now, another thing that I can see happening is them being DLC. Now, the only way it would make sense for them to be DLC is for DLC to not be canon. If DLC is non-canon, then putting Reptile and Smoke on the roster will not hurt the story. It will not hurt the quality of the direction that NRS is going. And then by the time they release Mortal Kombat 2, the video game, they can add Reptile and Smoke as a part of that original casting roster. They can do it that way if they're going to be following the old rules that they set. But there is different rules in this timeline. Those was just the old rules that I was speaking on. I do think they're going to do things a lot different. Now, I understand a lot of people are pissed off about this cameo thing, but I told you this cameo thing is actually going to be pretty good. So just give it a chance and see what NRS got up their sleeves for this. With all of that being said, I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below. How do you feel about Tanya being a cameo? And how do you feel about Reptile and Smoke being cameos also? But sound off in the comments. I will be reading your questions. Now remember, like I said, this does not mean they will permanently be cameos. These things are going to rotate. That's going to be explained. And the majority of these characters, or I should say the majority of side characters, will be obtained, as mentioned in the previous video, by being able to connect to the mobile app or being able to connect to the WB app or doing special events, kind of like how we had in MK11. You will be able to get some of these rare cameos with different outfits and things of that nature. Like I said before, they will be customizable, so you just have to give it time to play out. Once you give it time to play out, we would be the ones to enjoy the game at that point. Now I'm going to answer a few questions here. Mind you, leave comments on my video and I will answer them in the next video. Now, this question comes from Arm Problem Child Wise. He said, do you think Blaze would be one of the Titans spoke of? Is Onaga considered a Titan? Kronos was mentioned in one of your videos, so that is something being looked into. And Kung Jin is the one with the bow. Okay, so to answer your question, do I think Blaze would be one of the Titans spoken of? That's a good question. If you're asking me personally, my personal opinion, I think Blaze is going to be reimagined. I honestly think they should get rid of Blaze completely and go forward with this whole new timeline, because the MK law wasn't erased. We're just in a new universe, which gives them enough wiggle room to be able to kind of do what they want to do. Like, they are not going to write themselves into a corner like they did with Armageddon. There were certain characters they could not use. It was just so much. So I don't think they should do that. And if they do decide to do something like that, they need to make sure that they do it correctly to where they don't shoot themselves in the foot. Now, you said, is Onaga considered a Titan? No, Onaga should be considered as the one being. That's if the one being even exists, from my own personal opinion. But according to the leaks or whatever the case is, then you already know that Onaga is going to be in Mortal Kombat 1. I did an entire documentary on Onaga's return, and you can see that here on your screen. This is the thumbnail for it. It will be leaked in the comment section below. If it's not there, one of my mods that's watching this video will go find that video and they will pin it below. So that's that. Now he said Kronos was mentioned in one of your videos. Now Kronos, I'm gonna have to make an entire separate video on this, but they are continuing right after Mortal Kombat 11, but they switch gears very last minute, and that's going to take more than 10 minutes for me to explain that, and I gotta go. So I'm going to keep this video as short as possible. So what I'm going to do for you, Problem Child wise, is I'm going to make an entire video on that. Congratulations, you get your own video. Kunjin is the one with the bow. Thank you. I figured it was him. Now I'm gonna try to do one more question. Zenze Smoke said, I have a problem with NRS showing people things they kinda sorta can use but can't in the same breath. Cameo characters are just going to upset people when they find out their favorite character is locked behind an assist. It's kinda like Injustice. They had gear that wasn't competitive. Wasn't competitive in MK11. They had moves that were banned. This never pans out well, but I'm hoping for the best that NRS has some type of common sense. Yo, Zensei Smoke, I gotta agree with you. NRS has been doing a lot of that too, so that's gonna be a video in itself. I'm just gonna do I'm gonna come up with a new series to answer your questions and things like that or whatever. So definitely stay tuned. But I do hear you. You make really great points in that. It's a really great point. And Joseph wants me to make a roster for cameo and story characters. Don't worry, that's going to be coming. Another person, Craig Wright, said he should have been Curtis Stryker. He's speaking on John Cena when I asked, should John Cena be Stryker or should he be Peacemaker? But we all know Peacemaker was leaked. Last one, Everett Lloyd said, it's not a turn off to me. Change is good at times. Let's do something different. It's called Mortal Kombat 1 for a reason. That means change, people. Embrace it because you still gonna buy it or whatever. And I got to agree with them. We're gonna end the video on that note. I gotta agree. Now I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below. What do you think of the new intro music? And guess what, your boy got a brand new outro. I don't want to show any more Mortal Kombat 11 footage. We've been seeing that for the past 4 years, so it's time to update the outro. We got a new theme song. We hip, we hype. We're gonna be talking about the character selection screen, the music going forward, and all of those great things. We're going to be adapting those into the channel. So definitely stay tuned. Again, smash that like button and turn on post notifications, as this is your brand new favorite and exclusive place for daily Mortal Kombat content. Name another YouTuber that's uploading daily like me. Name another YouTuber that's putting out as much content as me. You won't find one. It's just simple as that. I outwork everybody in this community, and that is a fact. That's not an assumption. That is a fact. Check the stats. But anyway, I super appreciate you guys. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to Street Combat. Shout out to Onity. Shout out to Ice23. And shout out to Darkness and anybody else that I may have forgotten at the time, especially my boy Nick. Shout out to him. So massive content is coming. I got a video that's going to be dropping on Raiden, Mortal Raiden. Remember, I told you guys that in that documentary that he was going to be Mortal Raiden. And don't worry, Liu Kang is still a false god. We're going to be speaking on that. Also, another video I have coming up is the fact that this Mortal Kombat trailer is misleading as hell. This is just an introduction trailer. This has nothing to do with the story to a certain degree, maybe only 1% of it. So we're going to be speaking on that or whatever. There's no way in the heck they're going to allow Shang Tsung to kill off all the characters in the trailer. We actually saw this with Scorpion versus Raiden, where Scorpion killed Raiden, but it meant nothing when it came compared to the story. So there's tons of content that's coming. I got a few days off coming up, so we just gonna be riding it out, dropping videos. You might even get 5-6 videos in one day is what you're gonna get, because now we will stick to our schedule. I want you to know videos on the weekends have now moved from 11:45 p.m. to 12 o'clock a.m. for the next day. It gives me enough time to get home to be able to watch these premieres with you guys and to be able to enjoy this experience with you because I know a lot of you said I don't comment or whatever. Well, half the time I'm either asleep or I'm at work. So when the premieres be going on, I really don't be there half the time. But lately I've been trying my best to be there. So 12 on the weekends, and then regular days is going to be 11:45. We also going to be filling that 8 p.m. time slot. Don't worry, Grand Theft Auto 6 News will be returning. We're going to film that 8 a.m. time slot. We also going to be filling that 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. time slot. So it's a crap ton of content coming your way. A lot of you been asking me to pick up Street Fighter. I don't know any Street Fighter lore, but that does not mean I can't learn. So we're going to be introducing more fighting games to this channel, and that's just how it's going to go. So I'm going to need you to stay fully tuned, and we got some official vlogs that's going to be coming on my second channel called The Wave Report Shorts. I did not forget about that channel at all. But I'm going to go ahead and get y'all on up out of here. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to check out this brand new outro. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments. I will be responding to them in the next video.
About to go to frames. We outside in public, baby. Please pull up your prints. If they say it's up, then we ain't even shaking hands. Pull up with a beef, and now they wanna change the plans. Reason why they running, cause we shooting at they mans, yeah. Hey, and it's all part of the plan. Why she keep on calling, cause she know I'm high demand. So in love with me, I got her on command. She sucked me inside the coop, I say, and I'm your biggest fan. Yo, she pull up whenever I land. I made it to the top row, you can see I'm living grand. I'm in Cali with some bitches on the beach, we bring a sand. Keep that 30 on the seat and shoot like Curry with the left hand.